That is the Ontario Police Department monitoring my documentation. This is the personality of Satan that engages in that while you document them. That's why they're going to federal prison. It's very, very sad. It's pathetic. This is beyond a pattern. The Upland Police Department engaging in the same conduct while I'm on Euclid Avenue. The entity is engaging in what is listening to me prosecute them on my podcast. The entity is flying directly over my head, not over the museum in circles as the entity would engage in. Oh, it's not, yeah, it is, it's stalking. And the entity does so while I'm documenting and speaking to what is the criminal conduct of the people of the state. They're still monitoring with the Ontario Police, 8 TBE 961, 6 FOZ 254, federal prison, 6 P 92135, federal prison. With their paper plates, 6 PTT 562, 7 HPJ 734, license 8 BPJ 589, 7 RAU 080, 8 SZX 191, and this is exactly what I'm addressing on my podcast. The Ontario Improvement Association, those are 2 Latino males, federal prison. All right, they're group stalking while the entity flies over me by helicopter. That's exactly what West Coast Arborists were engaged in yesterday. Same P.O.C. License plate 8APB884, 8VJR 345, federal prison. All of them, okay? Group stalking at Ontario Town Square, at the Wells Fargo, stalking in the path with light. Federal prison. I already documented that license plate. While the entity flies directly over a Minion crossing path right here, monitoring with the entity. This is state surveillance. And while, by the way, like I said, this is Union Pacific, group stalking with the Ontario Police, who then just used a helicopter to fly directly over me, okay? This is where Southwest Airlines is now concentrating its activity. This is where I'm at the museum. That's where the entity is stalking by helicopter. When I'm at the museum, that's where the entity is concentrating its commercial airline plane activity. This is where the entity is engaging what is amplified audible activity. And this is where the entity, while it's listening to me prosecute and reveal the criminal system and the threat that the Ontario Police continue to demonstrate that it is. You're talking about Satan that can't stand to hear the truth. That's why they're going to federal prison. That's why you're disbanding that police department. They are literally the infection, okay, the pus-filled infection to the public, both those minions that are monitoring with them and the people of the state like myself who are subject to their criminal activity. Bearing weapons, having resources that are posing a threat to society while they're engaging in this criminal conduct. Federal prison, 45843S1, 8YMW785, and that's that easy, okay? It's that easy to document because they are engaging in the pattern of conduct in your face. They have been surrounded with what is that body of evidence showing you what is federal group stalking and monitoring. And the people of the state are acting directly in concert with the entity that's flying over my head, engaging in terrorism, in other words, and pacing around me in police vehicles. They're group stalking with them, and they're going to federal prison with them, while you're also going to address that demonic conduct by the Ontario Police with federal prison and disbanding it. It is currently 6:59 a.m. This is P.O.C. Federal prison, 82152H3, 8RRW 515, 7STE046, 63834V1, 7JDS 946, 46176B3. And they're also subject to federal prison. Aside from the fact that they're group stalking with the police, engaging in terrorism with the police, this is obsessive stalking. 8WAW091. This is a threat. This is very disturbing. This is their obsession that is revealed. Let me be clear. This is not people that are walking by. This is group stalking conduct. It's obsessive stalking conduct. Obsessive. Insisting on it while the entity flies over your head by helicopter. Let me tell you something. You're witnessing the demon possessed who are stalking, and know that they're being documented. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It is absolutely pathetic. And that is grounds of federal prison. That's why as well. That's exactly why. While you witness their obsessive stalking conduct. And that goes for what is OMNITRANS. All right. And I've heavily documented them. That's exactly where they're going. And that companies like that aren't even going to survive. ADUX 957. P.O.C. It is currently 7 a.m. and that's the entity flying directly over my head while I'm speaking the truth. You know why Satan does that? Because I'm speaking the truth about what is the condition of those demons of the Ontario Police. I don't even have to say anything, but I'm thorough enough to provide you the ongoing analysis of what you're seeing. It's not my opining it and telling you what to think. You can see the criminal activity for yourself, flying over my head by helicopter. They're not flying in circles over the museum right now, flying over me. Like when I'm at the museum, the Ontario Police is flying over my head by helicopter. They are stalking, providing evidence while you're seeing them drive past, which is group stalking, fly over, which is group stalking. That's the same demon-possessed Ontario Police Department where Guerrero and Bonilla, as I documented, these demons of M. Ross, they're monitoring and group stalking using their helicopters in their vehicles, monitoring with the people of the state, acting commercially through actors such as Southwest Airlines, OMNITRANS, Union Pacific, monitoring on an ongoing basis. It's all manner of what is lawlessness. And they're going to federal prison for it. 94156H3. This is POC. It's currently 7:01 a.m. And let me be clear, this is that direct evidence, which is impossible to be any sort of coincidence, all right? We've long surpassed that. This is speaking to what is the grounds of placing in a federal prison the animals that belong there, the demon-possessed, 6 KEV 284, and the demon-possessed agencies engaging in this criminal system. Doing so by proxy, that's what the people of the state represent, and they'll go to federal prison for that, and the demon-possessed police departments going to federal prison for that. 7VQB 498. And this is obsessive stalking, as they are engaging in criminal conduct in real time. It's called crossing path. Their obsessive, ongoing criminal activities underway while I'm documenting the entity stalking by helicopter, by plane, by crossing path while they're in vehicles. It is 7:02 a.m. This is POC.